Previously on Death by the Fox. On us. Welcome back, everyone, to Katawa Shoujo. Today is Monday. Actually, well, while I'm recording this, it's still Sunday. But yeah. So in the last episode, we got to this place. We met a bubbly pink girl and a girl who's deaf and only speaks in sign language. So yeah, let's see how that goes. And we also met a guy who's obviously a Gryffindor. I have Gryffindor throw pillows and a wall poster, so he's obviously going to become my best friend. Alright, so make sure y'all have your snacks, sit back, and get ready to listen. Yeah, so let's go. I wake up in a strange room. I clicked out of the thing. That breaks the immersion. Alright, let's start that over. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the third room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed it is me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating, until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one. A natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. What does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decide to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. She's gesturing to me, that's what the dots are. Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hi-chan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha doesn't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there really isn't anything else to do here. There are also school events like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, Hi-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, who asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Huh? Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud! I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now, it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games you play to win prizes. Teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, although brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right. Hi-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyways. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hichan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me after the girl who left? No, nothing. Nothing's wrong at all. I'm fine. Okay, well, like you were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Yeah, sure. Yay! Okay, Hichan, perfect. I feel like I am the embodiment of Misha. She has no filter. She's giggly. I'm a giggly little bitch by nature. And, oh my goodness, man. I am like, Misha's like the female version of me in game form. Like, hardcore, no joke. Oh, lordy. Okay. So, the rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teachers inform us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. Ooh! Sorry, in hockey news, the goalies, the Lightning just traded Ben Bishop to the LA Kings. What? Oh my goodness, that's a shocker. Sorry. Yeah. ... Flashy hand signals. Yes, it is, Hichan. Impossible. Really? Really? I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizune can't hear me. But it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No. She's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hichan? Very sure. Ha! You're wrong, Hichan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Ha 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 ha. Shizune pushes her glasses up to the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. Ding dong. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I had almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in the classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates at boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Hichan, you wanted to know about the clubs and stuff, right? Right, Shichan? Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she was about to deliver a speech. Hichan, do you have anything else you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into that. I didn't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There is a book club, right, Hichan? Right? But it seems like they have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hichan. It's a really popular club. Okay, but more to the point, Hichan, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good. Great. That's great, Hichan. Really great. Evil. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hichan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student council. I see. I didn't know this school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though. Well, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says. Right, Hichan. Maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hichan. C-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, C-chan is the president. Oh, I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we'd obviously benefit from having you in the student council and therefore have an incentive to try to get you to. So you're admitting that. No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hichan, of course it would be nice if you joined and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one school. Gotta sneeze! Allergies. Hold on, I gotta take my allergy stuff. Cut. And back. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take an allergy break. Okay, so, yep, it's true. Besides, you don't want to spend time with us after school, Hichan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they were already pretty cute to begin with. Well, so it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. What? No! Aw, C-chan. Of course it wouldn't go so easy. Yep, that's right though. Although it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, C-chan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. That's so interesting, Hichan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hichan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Aw, why not? Well, because you two both have the same incentive and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, correct? Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. So what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. Hichan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us and that we would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No! How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other players make with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hichan. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, C-chan. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me to the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even know anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Hichan, how about Risk, the game of world domination? I'm bomb at Risk, man. Let's do it. I don't know what that is. Really, Hichan? Really? It's really fun, Hichan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be really good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Just don't try to hold Russia. Don't hold Russia. That is, like, let Russia just go. If you want to play, we can after school. Really, C-chan, we can just play for fun. C-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after the school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. I grimaced to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. Hello. I feel a little offended, but I'd been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a little bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. Haha, what's wrong, Hichan? That's right. We're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking of that when we sit down to play the game. They'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Is that really a bad thing? To be tied down by two lovely young women? Come on, Hisao. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hichan. C-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. Life is threatened. Her expression unchanging, Misha signs back something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. You know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's very plain. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room. Although it is quite large, it may be even a little larger than a classroom. There is a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back of what I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else, in fact, nothing else. It is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here for something. But the most notable thing is that this room doesn't have other people. Are we early? No. What do you mean, no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hichan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. My homeboy has never played Risk before, man. That is just depressing. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Hi-ya! Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two... Let's do this with a better voice. Let's go war narrator.
Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention.
No. He-chan, C-chan wants you to know that you're taking way too long to make a move. She-chan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no! She-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. I like this girl. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait. Please slow down, C-chan. C-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her and her world empire with my rebellion. Okay. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. She has a point. Let's attack aggressively here. She's either really mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing else to lose, although, so I might as well try something different. Maybe if I spread out my forces and try to control more territories. No, that's how Germany lost World War II. They spread out. I can recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations, so maybe I can sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more smaller countries. It's worth a shot. A few turns later, I end up losing the game anyways. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. I win, yay. There's no need to translate that. It was pretty clear. Don't look so sad, He-chan. You were really giving it your best. That's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows that, it's me. You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today. He-chan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. C-chan is impressed. Senpai noticed me. She's impressed. The mark of great people is that they're daring and they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, He-chan? That isn't enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step, and there's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're right, C-chan, but that's so demanding. Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful and more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Someone cue the sexy jazz music. Oh wait, that's out of the budget? What do you mean the sexy jazz music is out of the budget? Fine. He-chan would like to join the student council. She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only my second day of school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. But spending time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. I still need more time to think about it before I decide for sure. Maybe. I'll get back to you on it. Okay, He-chan, but I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad. No, really. Really? He-chan, if you're going to say that, you're saying that it is definitely the truth, and there can't be any mistaking it. I know, I should have my revenge for losing at the very least. Shizune smiles in that mysterious way, and it feels like twisting the knife in the wound of my loss. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It's hidden behind the blackboard. That's why they can't see it. See, like right there. You can see the imprint of the clock behind where the blackboard is. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, C-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? Have them show you where it is, you idiot. No thanks, it's okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. One flight of stairs up and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. The classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, just barely ajar so that I can see it's open and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open. While this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to the school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. That is not like a happy game door opening. That is a scary game door opening. Are we gonna run into ghosts? Or is a ghost gonna run into me? The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though it is much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head even further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible to meek, "Hello?" My lips is snatched away. Let's see. Okay, just making sure I have everything. This is not as I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation seals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. "Hello there. May I help you?" Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she's a being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi. Sorry for intruding. I was kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes is as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks? I slowly step towards another seat opposite her, the girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling. That and the slight cloudiness in her eyes means she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her hair of relaxed confidence and makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. I take it you're a new student to Yamaku. Yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accented by her restrained bow of greeting. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lilly Satao, pleased to meet you. Hisao Nakai. Thank you very much. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing I've seen the different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problems working around to communicate with me, and Lily seems to have workarounds for problems I've never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to go with the correct process of offering the preparing drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Which room were you looking for? Oh, it's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Shizune and Misha, some classmates, told me that it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Hakamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 303, no? That's right! In the science room with Muto! She gives a small giggle before settling down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character, I imagine you'll like him. Most do. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. I like coffee too, but I only have caffeine on cheat days. I miss coffee. I miss soda. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Kinky. Thanks, Satao. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please, there's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try to ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So, which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. I'm gonna have so much editing to do, dear lord. My doggies came in. Alright, let's start over. Correct, I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi and is specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. Sorry. Dear lord. I feel like slapping myself for the faux pas. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem in the least put off by it. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Sure, sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems, all too ready to jump ship from this particular topic, I segue into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking of on it, this might be her version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunchtimes. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representatives, huh? You really pick 'em, dude. Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school library during lunchtimes, and the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, though, such as art and music clubs. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if the school shares the same rules as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good, that's a relief. I've really let my guard down around this girl to let out such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same. As I look over the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, the time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. Seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of time. Sorry, Hisao, I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems so likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. What a nice little peanut. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should find it all right. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me, which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's all right. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes a hold of a straight, retractable cane that had been slipped in the handle of her bag on her shoulder, or on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together, we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is the wooden library counter, and the wooden proper being on the right. Oh, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my school's library, with the distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old world air. There doesn't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everybody's either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She says it into the thin air since library doesn't seem to be much present, and of course, Lily can't really see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Thump. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Oh! The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention. Hi, Lily. How can I help you? Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What just happened now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I'd trapped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and when I was looking for both of them, you came in and surprised me. What a long, unfortunate series of events. Poor librarian. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. I've had worse. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. What a strange little peanut. Yes, worse things have happened. Oh. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression. Then she shuffles some papers around on the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to fit a library perfectly. Ah, Lily, did you get my message? Message? No. Oh, the 2 imported books that arrived. Right! They finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but... Amidst her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she does notice from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm so sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao, new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao, right, Hisao, pleased to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. That's so nice. Let's see, just gotta make sure we're going the right route here real quick. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Please, Lily, I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. Why did you become a fucking librarian then if this is too much responsibility? How is it any responsibility at all? I don't get it, but her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel her. What? Disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are? But... So, there are a lot of books in Braille here. I tend to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio. Makes sense, given all of the blind students that be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. Hello, that's probably why. They spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. Oh, snap. It's so troublesome and they waste so much. I wish I could quit this job. A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then if you don't mind. Okay. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's alright with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I study the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arm. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the books sink in. Sure, there are large imprint and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is. A library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lilly and snuck with us in here, unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk either reading or slightly sleeping. I missed that. Sorry, let's start over. The library has the odd student sitting at a desk and reading or stealthily sleeping. The back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. It's the dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. Or she can't see. From the way she was acting today, I had her pegged as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before knowing it, I'm walking towards the mysterious, long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl starts, looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third, if not a half, is pretty badly scarred. So, does she flick a coin in her hand? Is she gonna kill the Batman? My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I'm shocked, and I divert my eyes to the book in her hands, before realizing that looking away probably only made it worse. Okay. Hi, I'm new here. Hisao Nakai. We're in the same class. Hi, I'm new here. I just transferred here the other day. Maybe you don't remember. I did a self-introduction, too. The girl still doesn't say a word, but simply stares at me wide-eyed. I'm still getting used to the place. I'm trying to meet as many people as I can. So, what's your name? Hanako. Her speech is stuttering and so quiet that it's barely audible, even in the still library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako, so what are you reading? She gently tips the book backwards so I can read the title, at the same time hiding her face behind it. She must have noticed me staring before. Life of Pi, I've never heard of it before. What's it about? A boy and a tiger on a boat. I can see this is taking some time. Sounds interesting. Is it any good? She nods from behind the book, but stays silent. She looks kind of tense, a bit like Yuko earlier, but in a different way, more like petrified with terror, I'd say. So the mystery delinquent girl turned out to be anything but, and she's quivering in a way that makes it look like she's mortally afraid of me. Way to go! The only way out of this, as far as I can tell, is to try to get a normal conversation going. No, just leave the person alone! Is it a library book? I'm looking for new ones to read, but there's just so many. No, it's mine. Oh, so do you come here often? A huge blush spreads on Hanako's face, and her eyes widen far larger than I thought it was possible for her eyes to do. Uh-oh. Did she interpret my lame attempt at small talk as a feeble attempt to pick her up? No! I didn't mean it like that. Oops, sorry, I just knocked into my pop filter. I didn't mean it like that. I'm gonna go do something! Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lilly and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see her, notice a girl run past here? Maybe. What did she look like? Long dark hair, kind of shy. She had some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh, dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her. Sure. I'll just hold on to these until you come back. So, what's going on? I'm sorry, but I have to explain it to you some other time. Right. I'll see you later then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing. I just talked to her, tried to get to know her. Didn't even manage to get started. Yuko sighs and looks awfully bothered, even more so than she did before. I guess you weren't so wrong, just as tactless. Tactless? That girl's a bit of a special case. It's like she never really talks to anyone. Isn't that a bit, strange? I wonder, it's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems or else they wouldn't be here. Perhaps I was being a little tactless after all. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casually only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists it. I think it's an elephant, only if you feel that way. I guess she does have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile, and she blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing soon, but I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly, at least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact.
Tact. This is what you call tact, young Skywalker. Wait. Young Mr. Wayne, this is what you call tact.
Let's drink some more tea. Holding the library books with one arm, I trawl my pocket for the key to the counter. A sudden sound from behind me nearly startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? I turn around to see who's talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a fairly friendly mood, although the lighting glinting off of his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's, just me. The sound makes him pause and licks his lip nervously. Who's me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we've met before. Yesterday. I don't think so. I would remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was that? What day is it today? I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Prove that we've met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this can only mean one of two things. Either we have met and you're telling me the truth and I just can't remember it, or you are a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy. His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can actually see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger in my face damningly. Unlike you. I'm not psychic. Unlike you. Okay. Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you can pass as Hisao because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real. Real slim, maybe at a distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still lest he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage even if he did. Oh, wait, I see it now. Damn, it is really you. Sighing again, and then once again, for good measure, I step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong? I don't know, it just had something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on the other people here, and I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we've had any contact either. That's rough, buddy. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you can never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in. I like this Kenji guy. I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us. You see, this is how it is. This world, there is no justice, you see. Even when I lose, I win because I don't lose the lesson. For any of you guys who have seen MASH, I have to ask this question. Is this Colonel Flag? You know, the guy who was posing as a colonel and jumped out windows and broke his leg because he was the wind. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing. I'm just scared some girl off accidentally. Literally, too. She actually ran away from me. Was it my fault, I think? I'm not really sure. Not really used to all this yet. A girl? A cute one? Cute. That's a hard question. She had a nice body and really beautiful hair, but the face. I guess it could go either way. Okay, I'm gonna check this real quick. I guess it could go either way. I didn't get a chance to see her. She wasn't cute. Not exactly cute. No. However, later we'll say she's cute because she's really cute, but you know, we're trying not to be a dick. There are a lot of cute girls here. A strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of this school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets? Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in the school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60-40. He turns his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad, but that is a full 20%. One would think that a school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream, but no! What I am about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready? I don't know where this is going, but... Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. Rangers lost badly. Dear Lord. 5-2. Ooh. Okay. I don't know where this is going, but I think I won't be missing much by cutting out now. No, I'm not ready. I only get as far as turning the doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not. I believe that this school is a battleground, the site of a feminist infiltration. This disparity in the number of men to women is a clear sign of how far they've come. In case this cold world turns hot, they will have a superiority in numbers. Just not a skirmish in the internal war of the forces to the feminists, they're everywhere. In Japan, women outnumber men. It's not a 60-40 split, but it's only a matter of time, man. Even in America, women are the majority by a hair. They're building up their numbers. In the past, the buildup of a military has always been the clear sign of imminent war. Japan is just the first step. Our economy is badass, and the country itself is small and isolated, yet a huge part of the Pacific in terms of political value. Dunt. The perfect target. They're so cunning, as expected of women. I'm gonna make sure I'm talking to my microphone here. Okay, sorry, you're gonna hear crinkling real quick. I really should be doing this earlier. The perfect target. They're so cunning, as expected of women. Soon the day will come when... okay. Kenji's voice trails off ominously. That is why you can't trust them. They'll string you along and then kill you! Just as they killed me. You'll end up just like me. Oh, hell no! I can't stop myself from blurting it out. Hey, what the hell does that mean? You said it, not me. It's the best I can think of. So, you're not supposed to say something like that. Damn, so rude. Where was I? Oh yeah, vast feminist conspiracy. Stop it. Stop. I lost you way back there somewhere. Somewhere around feminist infiltration. Too hard to follow? It's cool. I have some graphs and stuff in my room and puppets. You like puppets? No. You don't like puppets. Okay. Graphs are still cool though, right? He speaks energetically, responding almost before I'm done talking, moving his hands in an animated way as he continues to rant on. This is too strange. I had him pegged as relatively normal, but it's clear that I was wrong. Something on your mind? Just thinking about what it's like to be the last sane man in an insane world. Kenji frowns, looking deeply upset. You mean that's you? That can't be, because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. That is my dream. You can't just steal a man's dream. What the hell? There can't be two last sane men. It would invalidate the whole last part, and that part is kind of important. There can only be one, like in the foreign movie where there could only be one. There's only one dude left, because that was the point. There can be only one. I have never seen anyone talk so heatedly and so defensively about absolutely nothing before. Anyway, if you wait here, I can get my graphs, and I also have a list of the other dark and complex conspiracies that this school holds. As tangled as, quick, finish my analogy, be a pal. I'm going to go to bed now. It is extremely late. That doesn't sound like an analogy, but whatever. I like you. You seem like a cool dude. Most people don't understand what I'm talking about when I try to explain the vast feminist conspiracy to them. Denial is a terrible thing. Later. Okay. So he claps me on the back and then vanishes into his room so quickly and quietly it's like he didn't even open the door but instead walked right through it like a ghost. I don't know if I can fully digest what just happened, so I give up and just go to my room, kicking off my shoes before falling face first into bed. It takes me some time to relax and get up so I can get started on homework. That's because the sheets are cool and comforting against my cheeks, and it feels good just lying there with my eyes closed. This school's like some kind of bizarre and surreal island. It's so isolated on top of a mountain, and each person is stranger than the last. I just can't seem to fit in. What irony. Why would anyone think that fitting in a place that's made for people who are unfit for anywhere would be easy? Maybe I'm trying too hard. Although I say that, it doesn't take long to take the edge off. The words are left echoing off empty walls. I guess it's not as bad as I expected, though. This place really is more a school and less a hospital pretending it's a school than I thought it would be. If nothing else, the scenery is beautiful. I open one eye, seeing the school books and bottles of pills arranged side by side on my desktop. Maybe this place is too much like a normal school after all. And we're going to cut the episode there. Remember, guys, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, well, stop watching. All right, I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'll see you on Tuesday's episode. Peace!